Hello friends. Today I'm going to discuss you about the great American poet Emily Dickinson, her personal life, writing style, themes and also about her concept. Emily Elizabeth Dickinson was an American poet little known during her life since she regarded as one of the important figures in American poetry. Born in Somerset of Massachusetts, prominent family with strong ties to its community. After studying in Somerset Academy for 7 years, in her youth, she briefly attended the Mount Holyoke Female Seminary. She lived much of her life in isolation. She spent her entire life in her parental household in Somerset. Father Edward Dickinson, lawyer by profession, and mother Emily Norcross Dickinson. Elder brother and intellectual companion was Austin. Younger sister Lavinia. Her sister played a great part in protecting Emily from her social obligations and was the hand behind publications of Dickinson's poems. Dickinson in her early days enjoyed both family life and social life. She considered to be the myth in her hometown, but none had and also there was many rumors about her seclusions, but none had affected her mental serenity. A sense of estrangement and alienation that was prominent in her personality gets reflected through her writings. In some of her writings, she visualized death to be her companion, thus experiencing the dead person's psychological dilemma. She herself, a believer of afterlife, in her poems experienced a battle in her mind between faith in God and consciousness to death. She considered eccentric or odd behavior to others. She developed a penchant for white clothing. She is reluctant to greet guests, later even to leave her bedroom. She never married or engaged in friendships. She is a prolific writer. Her only publications during her lifetime were 10 of her nearly 1,800 poems and one letter. The poems published were edited to fit conventional poetic rules. Her poems were unique for her era. They contained short lines, typically lack titles, often use slant rhyme. Slant rhyme means half or imperfect rhyme, as well as unconventional capitalization and punctuation. The themes she usually deals with is death and immortality. After Dickinson's death in 1886, when Lavinia, her sister, discovered her poems and take it to public. First collection published in 1890. 11 of Dickinson's poems were dedicated to sister-in-law Susan Gilbert Dickinson, who was a writer, poet, and editor. Most of her poems published by Thomas H. Johnson and named it as the Poems of Emily Dickinson in 1955. Dickinson's writing emerges out from the philosophical idea of transcendentalism. It means beyond or above. Transcendentalist is a person who ensures a faith in the divine world. The divine is referred to us as the oversoul. Transcendental philosophy believes in oneness with man, nature, and God. They have given stress on the worth of individual and ascribed a dignity to the human soul. Dickinson, from her transcendentalist point of view, has observed the presence of the Supreme Creator in her slightest of hope. Death for her is a matter of continuous mystery that she always wanted to resolve. She observed death very closely in her life and considered it to be an inevitable part of human life. But the fascinating thing about her writing is her intuition. Her curiosity for knowing death's Reality binds her mind to feel death even more closely, though being alive. She was a firm believer of soul's performance after death. This concept of immortality of soul validates her notion with the thought of becoming one with the over soul. Now, let us discuss about the writing styles of Emily Dickinson. I'm just pointing it out. Extensive use of dashes. Dashes means similar to hyphen. Unconventional capitalization. Idiosyncratic vocabulary, that is, odd habit or unusual feature of person, and use of imagery. Avoids pentameter and opt for trimeter, tetrameter, and less often dimeter. Ballad stanza. It means four-line stanza known as quatrain, often found in folk ballad. S.T. Coleridge adopted this in his poem The Rime of the Ancient Mariner. Many of her poems written in traditional ballad stanzas with A-B-C-B rhyme schemes. 20th century scholars deeply interested in Dickinson's individual use of punctuation and lineation, that is, line lengths and line breaks. Dickinson complained that the edited punctuation altered the meaning of the entire poem. Poetry uses humor, puns, irony, and satire. Now, let us go through the themes. First one is flowers and gardens. The poems and letters concern flowers and allusions to gardens often refer to imaginative realm. Associates flowers like gentians and anemones are compared to youth and humility or prudence and insight. Her poems sent to friends as letters and nosegays. Nosegays means flower bouquet. That is, she sent her poems to her friends. How she is sending the poems? By two means. The first one is in the form of letters. Second one is nosegays. Nosegays means as flower bouquet. And next theme is the master poems. Large number of poems addressed to Signor, Sir, and Master, who is characterized as Dickinson's lover of all eternity. Master is an unattainable composite figure, human with specific characteristics but godlike, and speculates that Master be a kind of Christian muse. Third theme is morbidity. Morbidity. The poems reflect her early and lifelong fascination with illness, dying, and death. Her poems allude to death by methods like crucifixion, drowning, hanging, suffocation, freezing, premature burial, shooting, stabbing, etc. Psychologically complex poems explore the theme that loss of hunger for life causes the death of self and place this at interface of murder and suicide. Winter for Dickinson is the season that forces reality that strips all hopes of transcendence. It is the metaphor for death. Another theme is gospel poems. Wrote poems reflecting a preoccupation with teachings of Jesus Christ. She stresses the Gospels and recreates with wit and American colloquial language. The second wave of feminism created greater cultural sympathy for her as a female poet. Critics considered her as the greatest woman poet of English language. Binacci promoted Dickinson's poetic achievement. Binacci inherited the evergreen as well as the copyright of her anti-poetry and published works as Emily Dickinson Face to Face and Letters of Emily Dickinson, that is Bhinachi. Emily Dickinson is Bhinachi's auntie, and this Bhinachi published Dickinson's work in the form of two titles, Emily Dickinson Face to Face and Letters of Emily Dickinson. Critic Harold Bloom has placed her alongside with Walt Whitman, Wallace Stevens, Robert Frost, and T.S. Eliot. Also listed her along the 26 central writers of Western civilization. Dickinson's poems fall into three distinct periods, the works in each period having certain general characters in common. First period is pre 1861, often conventional and sentimental in nature. Thomas H. Johnson published the poems of Emily Dickinson was able to date only 5 of Dickinson's poems before 1858. Two were mock valentines done in humorous style. Two were conventional lyrics. One is about missing her brother Austin, and the other one begins as I have a bird in spring. This conveys her grief over the feared loss of friendship, and this poem was sent to her friend Sue Gilbert. And the second period is 1861 to 1865. It is the most creative period. Poems represent her most vigorous and creative work. In this period, she composed 86 poems in 1861, 366 poems in 1862, 141 poems in 1863, and 174 poems in 1864. During this period, she fully developed her themes of life and mortality. And the last period is post 1866. It is estimated that two-thirds of her entire body of the poetry written before this age. Emily Dickinson's herbarium. Herbarium means the collection of preserved plant specimens and associated data used for scientific study. So, Emily Dickinson's herbarium published in 2006. It was published by Harvard University Press. And the second one is Emily Dickinson's Museum. It was created in 2003. The ownership occupied by Dickinson family heirs until 1988 was transferred to the college. Now, let us go through some of the selected poems of Emily Dickinson. We already heard that 1800 poems she already written. In that, only the selected poems I am discussing here. Some of them are listed below. They are: first one, I fell a funeral in my brain. Second, the soul selects her own society. Third, this is my letter to the world. 4. Because I couldn't stop for death. Fifth one, success is counted sweetest. And the last one is there is certain slant of light. As a conclusion, we can say that she accepts death as a material and physical truth. This loss of consciousness is in the form of death that that we can say that give birth to a spiritual awareness within her life. Dickinson doing with her poems is that she is playing a game with the identity of death. She deals with physical aspect of death while personifying death in her own terms with an elegant note of timelessness. She records the journey from doubt and questions to an ultimate faith. This faith changed her attitude towards religion and God. Her religious faith does not touch the level of orthodox dilemma but possesses a very interesting relationship with God. All these traits in her poetry prove her to be a magnificent artist in the history of American literature. I hope this video is useful to you all and thank you.